So head your paper now. We're in section 4-4, page 242. And basically, what I want to do today is we're going to talk about parallel lines. We're going to talk about perpendicular lines. All right. So one of the first things I want to start out with is I want to start out by you writing down one thing here. Lines are parallel. Remember, this is what you're writing down. Lines are parallel if they have the same slope. Lines are parallel if they have the same slope. So everybody write that down. Lines are parallel if they have the same slope. All right. Now what I want to do is, I just want you to take out your calculator so I can show you something now. And under y1, I want you to type in 3x plus 2. And under y2, I want you to type in 3x minus 4. All right, everybody type those in. No. All I want, this is just a quick little demonstration. All right. And what's true about those two lines? They have the same slope. All right, so what I'm trying to demonstrate right now is that if they have the same slope, that probably means they're going to be what? They're going to be parallel. So under y1, I want everybody to type in 3x plus 2. Under y2, I want you to type in 3x minus 4, and then I want you to hit graph. All right? And then I want to see. All right? Now you only have, oh, there's your other one. Where's your, oh, there you go, your other one. There's that one. There's that one. Somebody show me. I want everybody to show me. Right? And then you kind of pay attention here and kind of let him work with you. So does everybody see that now? Right? So what makes them parallel? What makes them parallel is that their slopes are what? The slopes are the same. All right? Now, under y3, we're going to type in y3. Again, just for a demonstration, we're just going to type in y equals 3x. Now again, and part of today is just getting you used to the calculator. All right? If you just type in 3x, you've just created what? Another line that is parallel because it has the same slope again. All right? So today, again, we're just going to talk about parallel lines. We're also, I think, going to talk about perpendicular lines. But today is very simple if you know that fact. All right? And what we're going to be doing now, honestly, you write equations of lines all the way through your high school career. And if you take something related to math as a math field to study in college, you're going to write equations of lines in college. For every math class that you take from now on, they're going to be talking about how to write the equations of lines. That's how important it is. There's a whole study, believe it or not, on slopes. There's a class, calculus, all right, is really designed, and it really just talks about slopes. All right, so that's how important it is. All right, now today what we're going to do is we're going to try to write some equations of lines, which you should be very good at. All right, we're going to write equations of lines giving these conditions. Now, it says, write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through the given point and is parallel to the graph of the given equation. All right? Now, please look up again. I hesitate sometimes because it seems like there's a lot going on. All right? I like to make a demonstration with you using your calculator. All right? But before we do the calculator, we're going to go ahead and do question number 1. All right? Now, here is where you need to take a few little notes. All right? Possibly. All right? Now, what I want to do is we're going to write an equation of a line that passes through the given point, right, and is parallel. And then I'm going to show you exactly how to do this on a calculator also, and is parallel to the given equation. So if I ask somebody who's been thinking the last couple weeks, right, if I ask you, what would be the slope of the parallel line? What would be the slope of the parallel line? Now notice that symbol below M, the subscript. That is what? The symbol for what? That's the symbol for parallel. So the slope of the parallel line would equal what? Someone tell me. Yes, very nice. How did you know that?
Y equals 1/2 x minus 3.
Exactly. Thank you very much. I'm telling you, if you did good on the last test, this is going to be super simple for you. All right? Now look, right here. Everybody take notice. The slope of this line right here. Hello, girls. The slope of this line right here is what? 1/2 or 1/2. Everybody with me? So if this slope is 1/2, the slope of the parallel line must be what? 1/2. Everybody with me on this? Colin? You with me? And then it's going to pass through what point? What point is it going to pass through? Why is it going to pass through -1, 2? Because that's what it says. Look up now. Here's where I'm trying to show you. This is why kids have trouble. It passes through this point, and it will have this slope, the line that you're going to create. Now, why does it have to have a slope of 1/2? Hey, why does it have to have a slope of 1/2? Because it is parallel. Because it is parallel. All right. Now, what I want to do is this, guys. Look up, look up, look up. I'm going to write the equation of the line. What do I have? A point and a slope. So what form am I going to use? We're going to use the point-slope form. So right now, I want you to write underneath that y1, not y1, but y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Bear with me? All right. Now, what's the y value? 2, thank you. Y minus 2 equals, what's the slope? 1/2 times x plus 1. Now is the time. Alex, are you okay with that? All right. You may not have remembered, but right now, I've shown you exactly what I'm expecting. Now, is that the final answer? No. The reason why it's not the final answer because they want it written in what? They want it written in slope-intercept. This form right here is called what? Point-slope form. That is point-slope form. Thank you very much. Grab a seat. Get your calculator out. I don't care about that. I want you to get busy because you're behind a bunch already. So let's go. Chop, chop. I appreciate you hurrying. Let's go. Okay. Now I'm converting this over to slope-intercept. So I must distribute the 1/2. I must distribute the 1/2. When I distribute the 1/2, I get y minus 2 equals 1/2 x plus 1/2. Now's the time you speak up, please. Girls, everybody okay with what I did? I distributed a 1/2. Questions? Alex, any questions? Boys, Colin, you good? All right, now all I have to do is add what? Add 2 to both sides. I'm adding 2 to both sides because I'm going to isolate the y. So y equals, now we're doing our mental math, 1/2 x. If I add 2 to 1/2, don't tell me it's 2 and 1/2. You're adding 4 halves. So 4 halves plus 1/2 is what? 5 halves. So your answer is y equals 1/2 x plus 5 halves. That is the answer to that problem. That is the answer to that problem. Now listen, yesterday it was a hard day for me because I was trying to get you to listen and trying to teach you how to use the calculator. because I think it is amazing how good the calculator is. And I want you to have a good understanding of what the calculator is. Now, in the past, I've not demonstrated this on the first day. All right? But if you pay attention, I can try to show you something kind of nice. All right? So, again, I'm probably going to write the steps up here. All right? I'm going to write the steps up here. All right? Now, I really want you to kind of write them down also. All right? The calculator has the ability to plot a point. All right? The calculator has the ability to plot a point. You just have to give it permission. All right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate why that's the answer, because a lot of students don't really understand what that answer even is and what it even means. All right? So I'm going to try to demonstrate that. All right? Now, please, you have to listen. All right? And you have to write the steps down. All right? Now, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to plot point. All right? I'm going to plot a point. Come on now. You got to. I mean, you can't be behind on step one. I'm not going to get mad at you. I'm just not going to help you. All right? You have to pay attention. All right? To plot a point, you have to hit the stat button. You don't have to worry about the stat button yet. And then after stat, you have to hit the edit button. All right, so now everybody find the stat button. And then hit edit. Don't do anything else. Stat, hit the stat button, and hit edit. No, edit's right there. Hit enter. Yep, you're in good shape. You're in good shape. And you're not in good shape. You got to delete stuff. You got not delete it. Okay, I want to walk around and make sure everybody's good. Proud of you, girl. Proud of you. Come on, pay attention, please. Help them out, okay? Help everybody out. Good. Good. Let me see yours. Good. Come on, hit the stat. Hit enter again. Edit. Good. Good. Let me see you. One. Let me see you. Stat. Okay. Let me change. Now, everybody's got to listen. Everybody's got to listen. I appreciate you. Come on. Got to concentrate. Now, the first. Did I see yours? You got it? Okay. The first one it should have is L1. The first one you should have L1, and then it should be L2. Come on, stat. Hit the stat button. Then edit. I'm not sure what you're doing. Clear. Come on, come on, come on. Stop hitting buttons. Stat. Edit's the first thing. Enjoy. There you go. You with me? Okay. Now, L1, in this case, is the X. And L2 is the Y. L1 is X and L2 is Y. So I'm trying to go through the point -1, 2. So now what I want you to do is under L1 type -1. Now not -1, -1, and then hit enter. Then go to L2 and type in 2. And hit enter. No, you didn't do that right. Go back up there. Hit delete, and what did I say? I said go to L2 and hit the 2 button. Let me see. I want to walk around. Yes. Good. Good. Come on, girl. That's under L2. Under L2, what do I ask you to put? The number 2. 2. Enter. Then go over to L1 and type in -1. You can help each other out. You got it? You helping her? And make sure you understand. Okay? Come on, come on, come on. I got lots to do. You good? You good? Okay. Boys, you good up here? Come on. Colin, are you okay today? Yeah. All right. You guys good? Okay. So now, listen. The next thing is super important. Hear me? If you hit graph, that point does not come up. Hit graph, I said. The point does not come up. The reason the point does not come up is because you haven't given your calculator permission to plot the point. So what I want everybody to do is go to y equals, and I want you to clear that out. I want you to clear all of your y1, y2, and y3 out. Is everybody with me? Is all that cleared out now, right? Everybody's clearing out y1, y2, y3. All right. Now that that is cleared out, I'm going to show you the quick way. All right? Now, everybody should be on y1 now, flashing. Now, right above it, it has a plot 1. I want you to push your arrow up to that and hit enter. Now, as soon as it becomes gray, then now hit graph, and do you see the point? Now hit graph. All right, isn't that cool? Right? So your calculator has the ability to plot points. Now listen, I said go up here, boom, hit enter. Now you gave the calculator permission to plot points. You hear me? Now hit graph, and the point is there. Is it on yours? Hey, listen now. Try to stay focused with me. Try to stay focused. Let me see it. And make sure you're good. You got it? Okay. Everybody happy with that? Everybody happy with that? Okay. So now what I want you to do is I would like everybody now to type in 1/2 x minus 3. Go to y1 and type in 1/2 x minus 3. And remember, 1/2 is 1 divided by 2. You're not typing it as a fraction. Pay attention. Look over with them. And then graph. I'm not going to keep telling you. Graph. Type that in. Come on, man. 1/2. That's why I'm worried about you. You're not listening to me today. 1/2 x minus 3. Type that in. 1/2 x minus 3. No, Ben, I didn't say type in the 5/2, Ben. I said type in 1/2 x minus 3, please, and then show me your calculator. All I want to do right now is I want to see a point, and I want to see a line. I want to see a point, and I want to see a line. I want to see a point and a line. That's amazing, guys. You're doing excellent. A point and a line, point and a line. Good. Girls, you good? All right. Now, I want to show you something, which most kids don't understand. That's why I'm having you do this. Listen to me now. Your job is to try to graph the line that's parallel to the given line that goes through the point, correct? Now, what did we find the answer? Yes, there's only one line that goes through that point that's parallel to that line, and we already found it. So now under y2, type in for me 1/2 x plus 5/2. Let's go, chop chop. No, come on. Go under y2 and type in 1/2 x plus 5/2. And then graph it. And it is perfect. It is parallel and it goes to the point. Now listen, I know the significance to you on that may not be a big deal. Listen to me. Trust me. That is a really big deal to be able to do that. A really big deal. You're going to be doing this all the way through college. You'll be writing equations, going through points. And I don't understand why kids don't understand that. In order to write the equation of a line, you need two things. What do you need? A what? In order to write the equation of a line, I need a what and a what? A what? A slope and a... No, a slope and a point. Technically, Ben, you are correct, because the y-intercept is a point. It's just a specific point. Do you have to have the y-intercept to write an equation of line? No, you just need a what, slope, and a point. And if you don't know that, you should probably write that down. In order to write the equation of a line, I need a point and I need a slope. I need a point and a slope. All right? Now again, I know some of you that's not a big deal, but what we just did is a huge deal in math world. All right? You must be able to write the equation of a line, and in this case, we're trying to find a specific line that is parallel to a given line passing through a point that's not on that line. All right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do number 2. All right? Except I'm going to change the point on number 2. I don't like it, and specifically the reason why I don't like it is because it is the y-intercept and would be too easy. So I'm going to cross that point out. Next to it, I want you to put the point -6, +4. I'm going to put -6, +4. So everybody change number 2 to y equals -4x plus 5, passing through the point -6, 4. All right? Everybody good on this? All right. So now we're going to do it on the calculator first. So everybody go to y equals and eliminate the line. Please eliminate the line. And then I want you to type in -4x plus 5.
In y1.
Under y1, thank you. And delete y2. Girls, am I going too fast? You understand? Are you hearing me? Okay, so thank you. So what I want you to do now is go to y equals, and I want you to delete everything that's in your y equals. Just a minute. Zip. Now type in -4x plus 5. You hear me? All right. What?
Are we still on plot 1, right?
I said just type in -4x plus 5. I didn't say anything about plot 1. That's all I'm asking you to do. Delete y1 and y2 and type in this equation. That's all I said. You with me, boys, in the back? You good? All right. Now I'm going to ask you to plot the point -6, 4. So we have to go to Stat, and then we go to Edit. Please do not delete anything. If you delete, that's going to cause lots of problems. You can clear, but you can't delete. Delete removes. All right? Clear just takes the number out. Does everybody hear what I just said? Right? But really, your calculator can always type over things. So what you need to go is on the x value, type in -6. So just now type it over, -6, and hit enter. And then go to the y value and do 4. And then graph it, and you should have a new line and a new point. And show me. You got it? You got it? You got it? You got it? Keep my number. Hey guys, Max, listen, I'm not, go back here and sit if you can't. All right? I'm not having it in here anymore. You're in 8th grade, not 5th. Look, guys, I want to show you something. Everybody look at this screen. Look up, look up, look up. I'm trying to show you something important. Hey, look. Girls, look. Hey, right here, girls. Look. Look. Everybody's looking. The problem with leaving your calculator in the car gets very hot. It actually burns the screen. All right, so these calculators got to be careful with. You with me on that? And that's generally what happens. The other thing that happens, I'm just demonstrating, is if you push down, it changes the color. So sometimes it doesn't have to be the heat, but if you push down the screen too hard, it kind of breaks it. All right? And so again, I'm just asking you to be careful, all right? And you've got to be careful leaving it. If you leave it in the car for a little while, it's not a big deal. But if it stays hot for a long period of time, it burns the screen. And I don't want you to do that, all right? I don't want you to leave it into your car too long, all right? So keep that in mind, all right? Now, put your calculators up, and I expect to see a point and a line. A point and a line around the calculator. You with me? I'm good now? Okay, now, here is what I want. All right, now we're going to write the equation. All right, now, again, the symbol is important, so here we go. The slope of the parallel line. What's the slope of the parallel line? What is it? -4. Everybody should be able to tell me that. All right? Now we're going to write the equation in point slope. So someone want to help me out with the point slope form. Go. Good for you.
-4 equals -4 x minus plus 6.
You're awesome, girl. That is very good. Very, very good. Now we're just converting that over to y equals mx plus b. So now we have to distribute. So here we go. Y minus 4 equals -4x minus 24. And then we're adding 4 to both sides. So y equals negative 4x what? Plus 20. Negative 4x plus 20.
So wouldn't it be minus 20?
All right. Yeah, that's what I said, minus 20. Thank you so much. Negative 4x minus 20. Now, again, go under y2 now and type in negative 4x minus 20. And then hit graph. And if you've done it correctly, it will be parallel and it will go right through that point. Okay, so now you hit go to. Your noises are, go home and listen to the video. That's what I want. That's your homework. Go home and listen to the video. It's hilarious. That's what I was talking to you about. Exactly. I'm not interested in that. Go. You guys okay? Everybody good? You good? All right. Now, here we go. The new topic. All right. The new topic is perpendicular. All right. Now, what I want to do is the slope down here, the slope of the perpendicular. That's the symbol. Slope of the perpendicular. The slope of the perpendicular is the negative reciprocal. The negative reciprocal. All right, now what exactly does that mean? That means this. If the slope is equal to 2/3, the slope of the perpendicular, somebody would tell me, would be what? Over, but negative. Opposite signs. Perpendicular are always opposite signs. So that would be negative 3/2. If I said the slope was 5, the slope of the perpendicular would be what? Come on, you gotta be listening. Would be what? But that's not a reciprocal.
-1.
Negative 1, yes, would be negative 1/5. Now, those are two examples of how you do perpendicular. You're taking a reciprocal and you change the sign. So if the slope is positive, it's going to become what? Negative. If the slope is negative, it becomes a what? It becomes a positive. All right? So now we're going to write the equation of the perpendicular. All right? Now, I'm going to do number 7 real quick. And actually, I don't really care about 5 and 6 right now. All right, we're going to do number 7. All right? So for question number 7, all right, I want everybody to go to their calculator. And what would the slope of the perpendicular be here, guys? On number 7, what would the slope of the perpendicular be? Come on, that would be if it's parallel. 2. You could say 2/1, but it's not necessary, correct? Now look again, guys, we're getting into deeper water here, so I'm asking you a question. Does everybody understand why the slope of the perpendicular would be 2 for question number 7? Everybody comfortable with that? All right? So now what I want you to do is I want you to go to your calculator, and I want you to eliminate y1, clear that out, type in the new y1, which is negative 1/2 x minus 4, and then stat edit and put in the new point. Stat edit and put in the new point. You guys okay? Come on now. Now you just type in the new point, which is negative 2 3. You understand it's negative 2 3? You get it? You okay? You okay? Almost. You okay? You okay? Beautiful. Are you with me? Almost? Come on, Carly. Yes or no? Okay. And again, change the point. Change the point.
-2 is L1, right?
Negative 2 goes under L1 and 3 goes under L2. Boys, are you with me? You with me? Good. Okay. Now what we're going to do, girls, what's the matter? You all right or not? Okay, so your standard. I want you to go to Zoom. Standard. It looks like that's so it's 6. Okay. So now I want to write the equation now for question number 7. Here we go. For number 7, y minus 3 equals 2 times x plus 2. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that, please let me know. Very good on that? All right, now I'm going to distribute. So y minus 3 equals 2x plus 4. And then add 3. So y equals 2x plus 7. Do you agree with that? Carly, you're looking like you're daydreaming. Are you on this or not? What?
You distributed wrong.
Yeah, I did. Plus e.
What is this?
2x plus e. Or wait, why is it 2?
Isn't that a minus 2 here, right?
Oh, never mind.
Is that right or not, guys?
Yeah, this.
Everybody good? And then I added 3. Check me. Come on, girls. I'm not sure what you're doing. You with me or not? Is that good? All right. Now, what I want you to do is under y2 now, you're going to graph 2x plus 7. And then I'm going to explain the problem that's coming up on your calculator. All right, graph that and then show it to me. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, the problem is, does that look like it's perpendicular?
No.
No, it doesn't look like it's perpendicular. Let me see. So you have to hit go to. I told you, go to, hit 2, enter. Probably because you typed in a minus instead of a negative. All right, let me see. Let me see. Good. Now, do you understand what I'm saying? Does that look perpendicular? Delete. Boom. Now, right. You're welcome. You in? You in? Okay, now I want to try to explain something to you. I need your ears. Listen, it doesn't look perpendicular because what is your screen right now? What is the shape of your screen? It is a what? It's a rectangle. Hey, listen, it's a rectangle. So there is a distortion about the measurements. Like the x values are longer than the what? The x values are longer than the y values. All right, so it's not the proper dimension. So now I'm going to teach you how to fix the screen. All right, so now I want you to hit zoom. Now, if you're going to create a square screen. So hit zoom square. Which one is square?
5.
Now if you hit 5, it measures it out properly. Let me make sure. Zoom square. Wow, that's really weird. It is. You guys have no idea. Right after class, we're going to the office. Yeah, we are. Right to the office. We're going to fix it. I told you, I'm the champion. I never lose. And every time I have to tell you to do something more than once, it's irritating. And it's going to be fixed. I promise. After class, just follow me up to the office. I'm not sure why the square button isn't working. Unless I wrote the equation wrong. Let's see if I wrote the equation wrong. So let's go back to the original was -1/2. The reciprocal would be 2 y minus 3 equals 2 times x plus 2. And did we type in -1/2 x minus 4? And did you type in y equals 2x plus 7? Wow, I'm not sure why it's not coming up more. Oh, yeah, you're perfect. Yeah, that's a nice right angle. Look how that's a right angle. This, see, the difference here is hers is not a right angle.
Oh, mine's a right angle.
Right. Yeah, yours worked out. That's a right angle. You see what I'm saying? Let's zoom. Square. Yeah, I'm not real sure. I'm not sure on the newer ones. The newer one is this doesn't seem like it works properly.
It looks the same. No, because it looks
No.
Alex is still looks fine. He hasn't been calculated.
Let me see yours. Let me see yours. Real quick. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, you did that way wrong.
Maybe it's the point. Yeah, that's right. That is correct.
Maybe they
I'm
didn't,
not sure.
maybe they didn't change the point.
Oh, zoom standard, zoom 6 first.
Or that's a little bit.
I already
Yeah,
did
yours-
zoom.
But wait a minute, this is not. Whose is this? One half x.
Isn't it negative 1?
Yeah, that's why your problem is. Second insert and negative. That's what it was. So that's what it was. Now zoom square. And now I think you're good. All right, you just didn't type it in negative. That looks perfect. But you put 1/5.
Allison.
Now we're all in. Little details. It's not a big deal. That's what you're in here for. All right. So now again, writing the equation. Listen to me. The most important thing you learned today was you need a what? You need a point and you need a what? Slope to write the equation. Now, the main thing for today was just demonstrating you're supposed to be able to understand it better now that you say you're looking at a point and a line and you're trying to draw another line through that point. Well, now you can. All right, now you can. Now, the rest of it right now, because I'm going to do question number 9 with you. Hear me? Hey, girls. Number 9 we're going to do now, but I don't have to do all the calculator work. All right, I don't have to do all the calculator work. So what I want everybody to do now is take a look at number 9. So I'm passing through the point 2, 3, and I have the equation 2x plus 3y equals 4. 2x plus 3y equals 4. And then I don't know what the slope is because I have to solve it and put it in the right form. So I have to now say 3y equals negative 2x plus 4. Then I have to divide by 3. So now I have y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4/3. Now, this line is necessary because I need its slope. So what is the slope of this line here? Negative 2/3. So if that slope is negative 2/3 and I'm trying to write the perpendicular, the slope of the perpendicular would be what? What would the slope of the perpendicular be?
3/2.
3/2. Good job. 3/2. All right? Now, someone be brave and tell me what the equation would be written in point slope form. Go ahead, Julia. Hold up and listen to what I'm saying now. That is beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Listen, bless you. This is going to be a 2-day event right here, guys. So I'm not asking you to do 17 and 18. Circle 11, 13, 15, and then I want you to do 23, 25, and 27. Just do those. All right, write the equation. All right, and you can write the equation. Listen to me. You can write the equation in point slope form. Is everybody hearing me?
We don't
All right,
do
and we're
anything
gonna can you just listen? I just want you to write the equation for 11, 13, 15, the 6 that I gave you, and you can write them in what? Point slope form. You don't need to do it on the calculator, unless you just want the practice. My advice is use the calculator for practice.